Hey, hi all. So welcome to my channel. So before I am going to the day two class, so I want to explain few concepts here. So that concepts like availability zones and the regions and the data centers. So this will help in future. So let me share my screen. So I will tell you the detailed explanation regarding to this particular regions and availability zones. So I am sharing my screen. So I will quickly share my screen. So yeah. So I think everyone is able to see my screen. So these are the locations. So let me go back to so our yeah. So AWS global infrastructure. So this is the page dedicated to this global infrastructure. So here we are having 36 launched regions, 114 availability zones, and 700 plus cloud pops. So let me go back to that particular diagram. Yeah. Yeah. So this is the world map, right? So these are all the regions. So region is nothing but it is a physical location. So it is a location. So this is the US West region, and these are all independent. So whichever regions are there, it is all independent and connected to the global AWS global network. So these all the regions is connected to the AWS global network. So these are all the regions are independent. So these are all Germany region, Milan region. So here in our India, we are having Hyderabad region, so Mumbai region, so UAE region. So right, so the so some regions are coming soon. So these are all red buttons here. We can able to see, right? So these are all coming. So this one, so the Germany. So the new region is establishing. So this is an establishing state. So next, we are going to the particular. So these are all regions. I think we are having 36 plus regions, and in future it will increase the count. And so next we are going to the availability zone. Next we are going to the availability zone. Yeah. So this is the AWS global infrastructure. So region. So I will stop the region. So I will stop here. So region, region which we saw now, right? So every region it is having one or more availability zones. So why one or more availability zones here, right? Like, so for example, we are deploying our applications to that particular availability zone to that particular data center. If if this availability zone or if this data centers it goes down, and it will definitely move to the traffic between the availability zone 1 to zone 2. So whichever the end users accessing our applications, our deployment applications, whichever we deployed in the server, so there is no downtime and there is no there is no issue with our applications. So it will directly access to the end users. So these are all availability zones. For example, this entire region will be disaster. So if you want to enter, for example, this entire region is disabled or collapsed. So in that time, you need to enable cross region deployment applications. So when you are deploying into the multiple regions, so if one region will goes down or one region is it'll I mean, one region it will we can lost the entire region. So then it will navigate to another region, and it is available our data in that particular region. So these are all related to the region. So if you want to deploy your applications with the multiple regions, so you need to go for the cross region method there. So I mean cross region in the sense you need to deploy your applications in the multiple regions. And availability zones, so every region it is having the availability zones. So these are all the so these availability zones these availability zones to end users easily accessible, and there is no downtime. So and all the things. So data center is nothing but yesterday I told you, right? So data center, so we kept all the servers in one place. So every availability zone, it is having one or more data centers there, and these are all isolated. So whichever the in region, so whichever the availability zones are, so they are isolated and connected to each other. So this is related to the region. So let me go back to the definition. Yeah. So so this is the region. So we are having 36 plus regions now. So here the count is 25, but now the count has updated. So in future, it will increase from 36 to it will go on. It will go on. So AWS region US East one, so US East West one, so AP Southeast two. So these are all the regions. So these are all located in the globe. So and these are all connected with the every region is connected with the via high bandwidth and fully redundant network. So I explained, right, region is a physical location in the world and it is independent. So, and each region consists of two or more availability zones. And an availability zones is composed with one or more data centers. So this is the difference between the region, availability zone, and the data center. So the major difference, right? So the region is nothing but it is a physical location. Okay. So and availability zones, in the region we are having the availability zones. So two or more availability zones. In the availability zones, we are having the data centers. So region is independent and it is connected to the very high bandwidth, fully redundant network with the AWS global infrastructure. And so availability zones are isolated, so which are interconnected with the each other. So each other, and these availability zones in the region, for example, in the region, a region we can consider as a state. So in the state we are having the districts, right? So you can consider as availability zone as district. Okay, and so here we are having three districts. For example, this is one state. We are having three districts, and these three districts it is interconnected with each other. So I am just explaining the general example. So that's the thing. So local zones. So this is the regions closer to the end users. So extended. So these local zones are extended from the regions. So which means it is accessible to the end users without latency. So there is no latency. So directly when you are going to use this local zones, whichever the accessing the applications from the users, so they will not see any latency. They will there is no issue with the application. So these are all the things. So I want to explain today. So before going to the day two class, you need to understand the concepts like these regions and availability zones and the data centers. Yeah. Yeah. So this is the overall concept today. Yeah. Thank you so much. So please subscribe my channel. Please share it with your friends. Thank you.